Interesting question I got asked. Was Soul to Soul sound as popular as New Jack Swing? Jazzy Faye and Soul to Soul, Karen Wheeler and the crew versus what Teddy Riley and Guy and them guys were doing? Was it? Yeah. Because from 89 to about 91, you couldn't escape Jazzy Faye and that Soul to Soul sound. And right on the heels with New Jack Swing, as a matter of fact, New Jack Swing, I want to say after Michael Jackson did Dangerous, and let's say probably about 92, New Jack kind of faded, at 87 to 92. But Soul to Soul sound was bumping from 89 to about 92. Soul to Soul thing kind of faded, but it definitely, that hook and that groove was on point. Back to Life was like a game changing song. You could take that groove, and so many people bit that sound. So many people were on that groove, on that wavelength. It wasn't even funny. It just had a life of its own, you know. And it was a trip too because they were done in a way where people were like utilizing that sound, um, and you could hear it on so many records. But they both were happening at the same time, but they were hitting in two different lanes, but they both were happening. It's a trip to have been there, to have witnessed that, and how it all kind of came together. It was like, wow, they both hit in such a way though. It's kind of like who hit you the hardest and why, but it definitely hit you like, wow, those were pretty intense sounds and intense vibes. Of course, with New Jack Swing, it went to so many artists and it pretty much stayed in the same keys and the grooves, and it was catchy. And you could dance to it. Same thing with the Soul to Soul sound. It was catchy. You could dance to it, except it had the African rhythms and it had a tribal thing going, and a chorus and a groove. I think, in all honesty, I think the sound was a little bit fuller. But the problem was is that, it was kind of used in spots, But what Teddy Riley created with New Jack Swing was kind of like a way of life. It kind of like just took on a whole element. It kind of was like its own stratosphere. It was kind of like its own universe. They hit in different ways, but both had a way of connecting. So and musically is always subjective. People have different ways. They have different things that they reflect on. They have different thoughts and connotations. But these were very strong, well produced records. Very enlightened records. Very like the kind of records that you just couldn't really put down. And, you just were just moved by them. And to this day, they still hit a certain way. So that's a great question. Was Soul to Soul sound as impactful as New Jack Swing? I think it was. I think it was. But I think it actually had more sophisticated sound than New Jack did. But New Jack was catchier. So it all depends on which way you were going with it. They both came and went though, and they both died. And I think that Soul to Soul didn't capitalize nearly enough. I think Jazzy Faye didn't capitalize. Jazzy B, not Jazzy Faye, Jazzy B. I get these Jazzies mixed up, but Jazzy B didn't capitalize on near as much as he could have. And Karen Wheeler left Soul to Soul, and I thought that was a real L right there. Because Jazzy B had the industry on lock for a moment with that style and that sound. So, but you tell me what you think. Did Soul to Soul sound last and impact as much as New Jack Swing? Let me know below in the comments below. If what you remember, please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like, and hit that membership, because when you do requests like this come true, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. And again, Jazzy B, Soul to Soul, Teddy Riley, New Jack Swing. Did the sounds last the same equivalent amount?